issues around South Africa minimizing the use of coal to generate power is going to come under the spotlight today. The Mineral Resources and Energy Minister, Gwede Mantashe, will engage with the chief executives of coal mining companies to discuss their concerns, the way forward, and perhaps share some solutions. Our business reporter, Tumisang Ndlovu, is at the venue of these discussions. Let's talk to her now. Tumisang, good morning to you. What's expected to top the agenda there this morning?
Clearly, what we know so far from the Minister of Energy, that is Gwede Mantashe's office, is that today's engagements with the CEOs of coal producers is actually going to center around what are the main concerns at micro as well as macro level, particularly looking at the contribution that the mining sector has on the South African economy as well as the country's recovery plans. But likely to be highest on this agenda is going to be South Africa's move towards a just energy transition. It is a matter of contention that has seen issues raised by the minister himself around how just this transition is likely to be if South Africa, that relies heavily on coal, is likely going to lose jobs, especially at the speed at which the global sector is expecting South Africa to move from high to a low carbon economy.
Yeah, well, you talk about the just energy transition, Tumisang. At the weekend, I spoke to the head of the department there, the Director General, Advocate Thabo Mokoena, and the discussion I had with him, at one point, he was very clear that coal is basically here to stay. What's the status of this just energy transition right now?
As you indicate there, Xoli, there's been quite a mixed communication, particularly from the side of the state at a general level of speaking. The minister is also quite clear, agreeing with what you allude to from the DG, that coal is indeed here to stay in South Africa. And the warning that has come from Minister Mantashe is that we need to be careful as South Africa not to pit ourselves with our global peers at the space in which they are traveling in and speed in terms of the pace to a just transition. This has been justified by the fact that the South African coal industry, as well as the communities in which that they operate, fuel the economic transformation as well as bode well for the country's job preservation. And the warning there would be that South Africa's energy mix would have to change drastically if we are to move at a pace that is to meet global targets without looking at the domestic dynamics. What we have not heard as a country, though, is from coal producers themselves. Jobs in South Africa is an issue of serious concern given the high number of unemployment, and that is the aspect at which the main focus lies when it comes to making drastic changes that are likely to change the landscape of the input that South Africa's mining, particularly coal, has in relation to the output in terms of an economic stabilization, a reimagining of a landscape of a South African economy that is looking towards stabilization, but using the elements that are at least thriving within the economy. And that is the justification that we've heard from the Minerals Minister. And we are looking forward to even far more engagements between himself as well as the coal producers. It will be refreshing to hear sternly their particular viewpoint on this particular matter. It is a voice that we not often hear from, but we'll give you rolling updates on that right here from the Council of Geosciences in Silverton as the day progresses. The program is expected to get underway in less than half an hour. Back to you in studio.
I think it's fair to say that it is going to be, well, it is a complicated energy space. Tumisang Ndlovu, our business reporter, thank you very much for that update. Let's